Hey, I'm Bridget. I grew up in the absolute middle of nowhere. People normally say this and mean that they grew up in a town with no McDonald's or no movie theatre. But when I say the middle of nowhere, I actually mean the middle of nowhere. There are no shops, no service, no power lines, basically no people, and a pub. When you grow up like this, you kind of have to find your own sources of entertainment. I had a lot of siblings, so it wasn't that hard. We'd play games, swim in the river, go camping, go for walks. Not really much else. But my favourite thing to do by far was make videos. When I was about 13 maybe, I discovered film and how cool it was. I was obsessed with like movies and cameras and capturing things and being able to edit them. My videos were pretty rough when I started, but I loved it, it was fun. I would film like anything and everything. Things like going down to the river for the day, taking my alpaca for a walk. Yes, I had an alpaca. I made a fan for a video one time. I'd always force my siblings, probably through bribery, to make skits with me. Probably one of my favourite things to do though was just be in my room and make silly little music videos to my favourite songs. I did that all the time. Seriously, all the time. Another one of my favourite things to do was what is now known as vlogging. I would film little parts throughout my month and then I would compile them into one big A Month in the Life of Bridget. It was something that I really loved making. I loved being able to have that physical form of a memory. On my 14th birthday, I wanted one present and one present only, and that was a camera. And a good one at that. Keeping in mind that there were 6 children in my house at this point, my parents definitely spoiled us on Christmas morning, but we certainly weren't opening things like phones and cars. Wasn't our thing. But my dad agreed with me to go and have a look in Harvey Norman for a camera. And of course my 14-year-old eyes were drawn to the biggest, most expensive camera there was in the store. My dad kept trying to, shuffle me over to like the Panasonic home video cameras, but I just kept wanting to have a look at this beautiful Canon camera. To my absolute surprise, my dad decided that it was an investment into my future and he got it for me. I was so shocked by this because even to this day it is the most expensive thing I've ever owned, and it did come at a cost for me. We had this agreement that I was to never get birthday presents again from my parents for the rest of my childhood, and I didn't, but I was more than happy to agree to that. I knew it was so worth it. I loved that camera and continued to make like heaps of videos with it. I made VCE projects with it, home videos, sit down and talk videos. Probably my favourite thing I've ever filmed on that camera was my brother and sister-in-law's wedding, and I'm super proud of that video. I love it. It was such an honour that they wanted me to do that video, and I absolutely loved filming it for them. But when I got into my first year of university, I was having so much fun, but I was very quickly running out of money. I was in a huge amount of debt, I had no money and a rather expensive asset. So it was goodbye camera. Since then, I've really missed having a camera, especially every time VidCon rolls around each year. It does sting a little bit just because it was such a big part of my personality. And so many people over the past couple of years have really urged me to get a camera. So I finally did. Hi!